in 2022, cannabis was decriminalized in Thailand, making it the first Asian nation to do so, and has effectively been operating in a legally gray area since, similar to the Prop 215 days, the good old Prop 215 days California once enjoyed. But decriminalization was pushed through before lawmakers could agree on how to regulate the industry. And last year's elections brought in a new prohibitionist government, which is now seeking to end the regulatory vacuum that has produced thousands of dispensaries all over the country.
What?
I don't know, man. It sounds like the deep state's trying to tap in.
Sounds like it, bro.
I don't know. Where's Joe Biden at? According to Bluebird's Pat Picha Tanaka Semnipat, sorry, I really butchered that name. Thailand's government is proposing a total ban on recreational consumption and hefty penalties on offenders under a new bill seeking to close legal loopholes created back in 2022. Under the new guidelines, smoking of cannabis and its use in any other forms for recreation will be banned. The draft bill was published by Thailand's health ministry Tuesday, making the use of cannabis plant or its products limited for medical and health purposes. The draft legislation is the latest attempt by authorities to regulate the industry after an earlier bill failed to win parliamentary backing. It also meets Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin's election pledge to restrict the use of marijuana to medical purposes due to concerns over addiction. Under the proposed bill, anyone who smokes cannabis for recreation will face a fine of up to 60,000 baht, or about $1,720. And those selling cannabis or its extracts for recreational purposes face up to a year in jail or 100,000 baht in fines, which is about $3,500. They sell everything from cannabis buds to oil extracts containing less than 0.2% THC. And under the proposed rules, advertising or marketing campaigns for cannabis buds or extracts or any devices used in smoking will be prohibited. Driving while high on cannabis is punishable with a fine of up to 20,000 baht or a 1-year sentence in jail. Government will also be tightening licensing rules for cannabis planting, sales, exports, and imports. Once the new rules take effect, growers will need to apply for a license within 60 days, while existing dispensaries can continue to operate before renewing their permits. The government has not moved to reclassify the plant as a narcotic again, which would have entailed longer jail terms or fines. The public and industry stakeholders have until January 23rd to submit feedback on the bill, and the health ministry may still make changes to the bill before submitting it to the cabinet, which will send it to for parliamentary approval. Big things happening over in Thailand, and I know that everybody was excited about this and about the new opportunity over in Asia a couple of years ago, but elections have consequences, and this is exactly what's happening over in Thailand. I'd love to hear from the rest of the team and see what you guys think about this. Hope you guys didn't have any business over there. It's now in jeopardy. I'm Rico Lamitte, the dopest dad on the street. Friday Night News. Let's talk about it.
Is it all really in jeopardy? Because can't people just self-certify as medical there in Thailand?
I don't know. That wasn't in the article.
That was not in the article. I mean, because it's always been medical there, and yet they've had they haven't had adult use sales there. It's all been medical, hasn't it, the whole time?
Didn't they used to cane people over there?
I think it did. Smoking? It did open up for adult use, didn't it? Because remember, we did a story a few months ago. Yeah. There was that jerk-off American with like a leaf blower type product blowing smoke in the streets and like pissed off.
That was at the Cookies opening.
Yeah, Cookies open.
No. That was here in America. I'm talking about in Thailand.
No. That was in Thailand. That was in Thailand.
That was in Thailand too.
That was the Cookies opening in Thailand.
Yeah, but elections have consequences. They changed they changed the government, and now they changed the rules.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Rules are for fools.
You know what I also wonder? I wonder how much of this this decision China is affecting, because China don't like this at all.
Most of the Asian countries do not like this.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't.
Most of that whole region are like, what the fuck?
Exactly. Exactly.
And also the influx of Americans that went over there. It was like we went over there like it was our home.
Well, a lot of them,
sweet, we're just gonna smoke up in the streets.
I bet Vietnam was over there saying, "What the fuck?"
A lot of them. I see what you did there.
See what you did there.
A lot of them did like that, though. A lot of them did like that, though, because they really appreciated the U.S. investment of capital that was coming into Thailand. So I think that there's kind of like a double-sided sword. Is that they're going to tolerate people smoking in the streets because they're bringing money into the country and providing jobs and whatnot. But at the end of the day, they didn't like that.
Yeah,
the government didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Elements of the government didn't like it. Yeah,
correct.
It's a couple of friends that were doing cultivation out there, and they got ripped the fuck off.
It's a monarchy.
They said it's worse than the Wild West was out here, and they said you can't do anything. You have no idea who to sue or who to go after. But
look, I mean, I love the Thai people and Thai culture, but I mean, your first inclination was maybe when there's Buddhist monks fighting the government in Thailand. I mean, anything to rile up a Buddhist monk enough to like go and start fighting government forces. Something's up. Some might be worth checking out. But look, I mean, the culture is great. The people are great. It's just this business brings out the worst and the best in people. So here you go.
There is no middle.
That's true.
And I do want to say, like, in terms of them in Asian countries, like being against cannabis and everything, like Thailand might have moved a little bit too fast on this. They just like all of a sudden they're like, okay, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, and that was a little bit of a culture shock to them. So I think this might be the pendulum swinging the other way pretty quickly. And hopefully they will.
The Oklahoma way.
Yeah. What's that, Mary?
I think it got very crazy over there because they never officially legalized anything. They just decriminalized, and they decriminalized like the use, which then made a culture erupt quickly, more than they were expecting. And it was also very it attracted many Americans. It attracted many from the West, and I think more so than they could have ever fathomed. And also it became the hub in that region for cannabis, and so it was attracting people from other countries, in a good way, but also in a way that created a lot of chaos for them. Also, really having been a country that is embroiled in the prohibition of the plant for years and years and years and years and years prior. So making that massive shift, I think, was very intense for them.
Oh man,
I want to also say that it's not just Americans over there. A lot of Europeans that are there. A lot of our mates from the UK that are in Thailand to do this business venture. I mean, that's it's a lot of Americans, but it's a lot of other
Westerners,
a lot of Westerners, a lot of European people there doing this.
Totally. A lot of white people. You saying? Is that what you're trying to say, Simon? There's plenty of white people over there.
Hey, why you gotta make
shots fired? Shots fired.
European Americans.
Yeah.
The ugly Americans.
Hey, I didn't say that.
Oh, whoa. Shots fired, man. Shots fired. Low blows.
Talk about it Tuesday, Jason. We're going to talk about it today.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Let's talk about it Tuesday.
I had my breakfast tacos this morning.
I love it. I love it. I have a question for you guys. How many drugged driving incidents have they had in Thailand? I'm willing to bet the answer is 0.
Drug driving?
Yeah, because drug driving doesn't exist. It's a.
You're gonna have you're gonna get pulled over on one of those tut-tuts.
Yep.
One of those little.
Yep. Exactly. Mm-hmm. One of those little Roman chariots.
Like, how would you even recognize somebody who is impaired when they already drive crazy as hell?
Oh, I thought you were making a different reference, Rico.
That's bait.
I thought you were making a different reference, Rico. I'm just saying. I thought you were making a different reference.
I'm following my internal GPS. I'm not following your ass.
I bet. Well, Thailand. It sounds like everyone that was all excited about Thailand's about to get screwed over. So it sounds like they are in cannabis.